Bosch D-Jetronic fuel injection systems and fires. How to prevent this from happening. So Bosch D-Jetronic injection, which is the electronic injection system Mercedes utilized from 1970 to 1975 on US-based 3.5 and 4.5 liter models, and 2.5 liter and 2.8 liter engines concurrently, is a really great system. However, it is notorious for one of two things occurring. The first one being that the engines sometimes are difficult to start when they're hot. And then the second one, which is less common, is that if you have a fuel leak, the cars can catch on fire. So we're going to talk about how to prevent the second one and why it is so important to use the right equipment when you're doing this. So let's begin. Bosch D-Jetronic was a 40 psi fuel system that ran its fuel through a fuel rail. The fuel rail is connected to one injector per cylinder, and each injector was connected to the fuel rail using a short rubber hose. Over time, these hoses disintegrated, causing fuel leaks, both where the hose attached to the injector rail, or less commonly where the hose attached to the injector. Now, one of the reasons it is absolutely critical that we discuss this problem is because I don't want to hear from anybody that said, oh, Pierre didn't warn me about this, you know? So that's what I'm doing. Now, buying hose for this stuff is not as simple as just buying fuel injection hose. You really need to go to Mercedes and buy the latest part number 7.5 millimeter fuel hose. It's about $38 a meter, but again, it's cheap insurance against a fire, and the latest hose is absolutely fantastic, durable, ethanol resistant, incredibly high-tech stuff. I personally really love this new 7.5 millimeter fuel hose they have. Now, there's another slightly less expensive hose you can get on Bellmetric that's also made by Coline, and that hose is good quality hose too, but the hose you do not want is the Meili / CRP / Continental branded stuff that's like $5 a meter. This hose, which is a smooth surface hose, the Mercedes hose, by the way, has very minute dimples on the surface. It almost feels like a cloth braided hose, but it's not. It's 100% rubber, where this is smooth surface hose that says CRP and green stamping on the hose itself. This hose is garbage, and sites like Auto Haus, Arizona are giving away 5 millimeter rolls of this stuff for like $25. You don't want it. It is absolute crap. It cracks and disintegrates and leaks after 1 year. Now, second of all, let's talk about hose clamps. How would you feel if I told you that Mercedes still offers, albeit with some part number changes, the correct smooth 13 millimeter clamp for your D-Jetronic fuel system? That means no worm clamps. Even European worm clamps are not advised. Why? Because they cut up the hose. They put too much pressure on the hose, and they don't put consistent pressure all the way around. Some areas are more tightly clamped than others. So you want to buy, if you are looking at your D-Jetronic car and you can tell in the past some idiot has installed ideal clamps or other types of worm clamps, pull them off, throw them away, install new Mercedes clamps. Now, if you have your original Jimmy clamps, 13 millimeter, 12 millimeter, keep the clamps. Maybe we should hashtag it. Hashtag keep your clamps. I think that these original clamps actually work the best, but the only reason I've had to install the newer Mercedes clamps is because the original clamps are missing, and that doesn't help anybody. So a third thing that I want to bring up is that when you're doing this job, it's a good idea just to pull the whole rail with the injectors out. This gives you two opportunities. First of all, there are two seals in your injector, an upper seal and a lower seal. Change those seals. Do not, I repeat, do not keep your original injector seals. And if you're going to buy seals, buy them from Mercedes. They're like $2 each. They're super cheap. Why? Because the aftermarket Meili seals or Phoebe seals or whatever don't fit in the hole. You have to struggle to get them to fit. The injector seals are common vacuum leak on D-Jetronic cars. A lot of the time they totally disintegrate or they turn to mush just because they melt over the years. Put new seals on. Your car will run that much better. I remember we had a 280 SE 3.5 in the shop. Car, you could literally hear the injector seal sucking air in around the intake. It was ridiculous. So anyway, those are 3 very important points I've covered with D-Jetronic injection. Don't let your D-Jetronic car burn up. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And leave your comments below. And let us know if you ever had to deal with a fire on a D-Jetronic car. And in the meantime, thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. Please tap the bell for notifications so you can catch us next time, and leave us an applause if you felt this video was really helpful. Thanks.